you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Reed needs his people back. But I don't owe you an explanation. Yeah, Reed needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
You're being unreasonable. Come back to Edgewater.
As long as Reed is still in Edgewater, I will not return. Those are my terms.
What happened to you, Adelaide? All this anger had to come from somewhere.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
So, this is personal. Yeah, enough talk. Give me your fridge. Good talk, Thomas here.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
You won't survive without power. It's time to go back to Edgewater.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
So don't work at the cannery. You wouldn't be an engineer, be an engineer.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Stay put. I'll talk to Adelaide. Okay. The reason I did that is because I want to talk to both people.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
There's nothing left for you here. It's time to go back to Edgewater.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Leave Adelaide behind, then. Edgewater needs you back.
You better be sure about this. We go back to Edgewater without Adelaide, she's never coming back.
I'm sure it's time you went back to Edgewater. I'll let Adelaide stay here if she wants to be in self-pity or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. And I suspect Reed's learned his lesson by now. Might even be willing to talk terms with us. Hey, Thomas, gather up your personals and we'll go talk to Reed together.
This is all happening so fast. Give me a little time to give this place a proper goodbye, yeah? Edgewater could use another mechanic. I'm not sure if I'm ready to step into that role, but I'm willing to try my best.
If you see Reed, let him know we're coming back.
I will. Take care. Alright, time to go talk to Reed. Okay. Emerson. Alright, Reed. I got your deserters to come back.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery.
Parvati, you look scary. No. Okay, Reed.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Adelaide won't come back to town, but her followers will.
That's good enough for me. Adelaide and I have a history. Was unlikely she'd ever come back. But hope springs eternal. We are in your debt. I am authorizing you for a discount on all official Spacer's Choice products, courtesy of the people of Edgewater.
Thanks. Oh, wait, there's something else I wanted to ask you. Someone named Grace was guarding Adelaide's camp. Do you know the name?
Grace Romero, wasn't it? Brusque, truculent, never seemed to care much for cannery work.
She's wasted on the cannery. You should think about making her a guard.
Protecting a camp from marauders is no small task. I'll see to fitting her out in a guard's uniform.
Good. I met a worker named name of Thompson. Thomas, my bad. He's Thompson. By the name of Thomas. Says he wanted to be an engineer.
Thomas Kemp? I remember him. Had to write him up for daydreaming a few too many times.
Yeah, he's a decent mechanic. Parvati will vouch for him.
Real hard, Mr. Thompson. This is something he wants to do. That'll make him twice as good.
You may be right. And with the town set to grow, it is time I invested in a new mechanic.
Yeah. You have your workers back. What
This whole
happens now?
fiasco is not one I'm repeating. I was too hard on my own workers. I pushed them to their breaking point. With
Good
more
for you.
hands at the cannery, I expect productivity will rise. I expect we'll grow. And I expect I can ask corporate to send us some more medicine. We'll survive, one way or another.
Alright. See ya. Thompson. Reed. Okay, now all we got left. Oh, we need to return to Ludwig, and then we can go back to the Unreliable. I was about to go straight back to the Unreliable and just take off, and then we'd have to come all the way back once I figured out we forgot to turn in Ludwig's quest. Oh yeah, this quest.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before.
You mentioned a logic module. I found one in the geothermal
Bang up
plant.
work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform.
You should.
So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care. Ooh, almost level 8. Okay. Now time to go to the Unreliable. Winsworth, High Society. Finest cigarettes in Halcyon. Okay.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
They have Thomas now, so you can always join me.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'd be glad to have you along. Pick cabin, it's yours. But first, yeah, you just met me. Why would you want to go into space with a stranger?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. You didn't know those deserters a thing, but you helped them anyway. Made sure they had a home to come back to. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that.
True. I'd be glad to have you along. Pick
Yes!
cabin, it's yours.
I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Okay.
Well, I
Baker.
certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
You do that.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain?
I have
Do
a
you
power
know
regulator.
how to install a power regulator?
I do.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back then.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed
All
the power
systems are
regulator.
operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here. This is a pretty big ship, actually. I was expecting, like, when I first played this, I was expecting something, like, smaller. But I'm glad we got a decent-sized ship. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Unnatural drippage. I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time. You didn't tell me I could do that.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Actually, I'm gonna do this an odd way, but it's gonna save us some bits in the end, and it's gonna level us up quite a bit. So, why do I need a nav key to land on a plane?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Can't I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Okay, fine, I'll go talk to her.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time.
Ooh.
I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'll put it to good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember,
I actually
don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Okay, there's actually something I want to... I'm gonna do this a certain way,
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Holographic shroud. Hell yeah. Okay.
I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs in the captain's quarters, so you're free to disrobe whenever you'd like.
Uh-huh. Sure, you're probably watching me,
Is it time for your
huh?
regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Yeah, see, there's a green light. You lying bitch. Edgewater Employee Community. Oh! That's cool that we got this. Oh, wait, hold on. Adelaine's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. Damn. So I'm guessing, as much as, like, for when we do everything, we're going to get, like, something for it. That's pretty cool. Oh, so yeah, you can see the ring around Terra. And then some planets out there.
Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
You do that. Ask Ada. Wow. Guessing that was Parvati's dad. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, that's her wrench. Where did the, trying to see where my, antique sword went that I picked up, or the OSI, vial. Ah, here it is. The OSI vial. Damn, he has a lot of books. Ooh. Give me all your ammo. The religious symbol of the flag demonstrated order of scientific inquiry. Okay. Ah, there is the antique sword. Wonder whose room this is, though. Interesting. She has a camera. Oh, okay. She's got cameras everywhere. Bicker Max. Let's go hack. Bye. Okay. Let's go to the Groundbreaker. Because we will be having good things to have later. For what I'm going to choose to do.
Breaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
But trust me. No. I will never. No, I'm joking.
Hey,
Okay.
Captain.
What's up?
I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think should be much help, but if you happen to be along, sure, we could head over there and talk to her for
Thanks,
you.
Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
No.
Stay safe out there.
Yep. I actually kind of know what I want to do. For each planet, I might get like an elite skin. Or like the elite armor and then put them on the characters I get on that planet. Like, for Spixer's Choice, elite armor, I'll give it to Pravati. And then for, spoilers, MSI's, I'll give it to the person we get on Monarch. And then Iconoclast we can give the Vicar. And then Elite
Smells like grease
on the
and unwashed
Groundbreaker we can
bodies.
give to...
Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Okay. Customs and inspection, right this way.
Almost
Identification, please.
Present Hawthorne's ID. Here you go.
Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side. Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world.
Shut up, Becker.
Probably.
How do I get this resolved? Actually, I take it back. I'm not Hawthorne, and that isn't my ship.
Oh, thank the law. I could use a diversion. Tell me more, then. Really sell it to me.
Okay. Captain Hawthorne abducted me and made me work his ship for free. I'm a prisoner. You gotta
I like
help
where
me.
this is headed. What happened to this, vile kidnapper? You must feel terrific. Good for you.
So you believe me I'm not Hawthorne?
Not in the least. Good story,
Damn.
though.
Alright, how do I get this
You'll want to
resolved?
take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship
Access to
wasn't
that information
founded?
is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Great, I'll go talk to him and straighten this
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
I
Wanda
guess.
Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No.
Be seeing you.
See you around.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
What bounties do you have
Got a hot
available?
one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is. Not the criminal.
Well, of course.
Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers.
I like this guy. Huh. Flying under the influence of illegal substance?
Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum.
Any leads on where I can find this
Last tip
McRed?
we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Right. I'll
You
take
and about
posting.
6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
I'll be on my way.
Can we talk?
Really, Vicar?
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time. While we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
You know somebody who can read
I've
the
been
book?
thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead, but how do we find this guy?
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both
Their
arrivals
easily
and
hackable
departures.
system. How is it that no? How will a crew manifest help us track down your
I'll
scholars?
comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you,
Let's do it.
Captain.
Yeah.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew I mean, the scholar.
What do you think you're doing?
Yeah, I kind of just realized I just stole something.
I don't want
was
any
just
trouble out of you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just realized I stole it. 30? Okay, what about tech skills? Lockpick. Oh, that's Pravani, hey.
Wow, you got that?
Yeah, I know, I'm lucky. Wait.
The rest.
Eject docking records.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Looking sharp.
Yes, I'll step lively.
Yes, because I'm about to go steal it. Oh. Got a perk. Let's do that. Really, dude?
What?
Whatever I want.
Yourself.
Leave. Jeez. Aw, damn. Alright, Vicar. I actually want to give you that, and let's give you that. Dialogue skills. Ooh, I'm definitely keeping that.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there, Vicar. What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Somebody was trying to fix it.
Okay, hold on. No, not this.
Past that armor!
You okay, Captain?
Yeah, Vicar. ranged. Where are the two? Ah, here we go. Science weapon. Yep, it is. And I mean, we could use it. Let's get rid of the pistol. Use that. I really want to use cloth. This. I don't want to look like a vicar though. But that is dialogue skills.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Lost Hope. The resting goes where we need to go, so we'll go from this side. Nothing's in the Lost Hope. Nothing's around here. Nothing's in actually some stuff's in the waste disposal actually.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch. Okay?
Yeah, so where does this even go?
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
Halcyon News.
I think everything in here is worth...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
I like your mustache, but... Yeah, I'm gonna wring your scrawny neck, you sprat fuck. Give me back my shit.
There's no need for hysterics. This is all a hilarious misunderstanding.
Did you hear me, Chuck?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
I know where Phineas Wells is. Wait, hold on. Why is the board interested in Wells?
You haven't read the posters? He's a
Not really, no.
terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
I know where... Yeah, why do you think I know anything about Phineas Wells?
Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table?
Okay, see... you guys will see where I'm going with this. But for right now, you guys are gonna hate me. I know where Phineas Wells is. Phineas Wells is the mad scientist wanted by the board, right?
Indeed. And you know where he is? Excelsior! An apprehension of this caliber will be tremendous for my career. I'll send you straight away to my superiors in Byzantium, only... Oh, no. Oh, no.
Let me guess, there's a catch.
Just a teensy one. The teensiest. Nothing to, lie awake worrying about for nights on end or anything. The thing is, I needed money. A lot of money. Quickly, for reasons.
So far, so entirely expected. What happened?
I might have pawned my official board seal to Gladys, the black market fence here on the Groundbreaker. I can't authorize the paperwork you'll need to turn Phineas in without it.
Stray too much from the straight and narrow, and one may just find himself assigned pastoral duty in a maximum security penitentiary.
To give away something so important to you, there must have been some curious reasons.
I'll thank you not to question my motives, young miss. It was a mistake, and I'd like to put it behind me. It's only temporary, of course. I'd never leave something so important in the hands of someone of such dubious moral character. I was going to buy it back once I raised the capital. So you'll need to get my seal back from her if you want to hand Phineas over to the board.
So... yeah, so before I can do the board a favor and turn over Phineas, I need to do you a favor.
That's the long and short of it, yes.
Fine, I'll go talk to Gladys. Maybe I can work something out with her.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm certain Gladys can be made, well, can probably be made to see reason. I'll be waiting eagerly for your return. Now, is there any way in which I might assist you? Be my
I want to
guest.
ask something. What are those locked doors in the back?
Luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use.
You gonna, like, let me in there? Does the chairman visit here often?
Good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
What do you do here
I'm the
exactly?
certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Big fish and a small space station. Nice
I have
setup.
few complaints.
Can you get me the Stellar Bay?
Good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit?
So
No.
no?
Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
No would have done it. You don't have to crack open a thesis.
Best to be clear, I believe.
Or, you know, a thesaurus, my bad. Why are there armed guards in here?
You've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
Right. To watch your back.
Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
Oh. We'll be leaving. I don't want to go in here. But then...
Is it Mr. Wells,
Okay.
the fellow who woke you? How bad could he be? I think you did the rightest thing you could, sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they ain't care much for me.
Okay. Oh no, we gotta go this way.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local foreign embassy.
Damn, you can see the heat.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
I'm captain of the Unreliable, recently unshackled from the Groundbreakers impound. No, I'm Jester. Nice place you got
No,
here,
it isn't.
Chief.
It's a mess, but it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll try not to start any fights, but I might have to
Ain't
end
that
some.
always the way? So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
None of your business?
Good. Let's try and keep it that way. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Parvati wanted to talk to you, Junlei. Go ahead,
What?
Parvati.
I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Nudge Parvati to continue.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Slightly encourage Parvati.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Whisper, nice job, Parvati.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Oh, there is? Hold up. Yeah, it seems kind of warm in here. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed
Only
them
the
yet?
board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
So there's no room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
You need intelligence. You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Got it. I'll take care of that
Hold
right
on.
now.
There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Yeah, no. Yeah. That, one red fellow guy, McRed, is in the back bays. We gotta kill him, so. I'll get you
Good.
those parts.
Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Fuck with phases. Doing one phase, that phase is getting the job done.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement
Yo,
for
can
the
we,
following
yell
story.
this shit? Do you think
And now
anybody's...
for a special word
No.
from Chairman
It's too risky. Back bays. actually... Oh, I want to do something before we go in. No, actually. I want to... Inventory. Dialogue increase. Okay. Now let's... No! I wanna do something real quick before we go into the back base.
Rizzo special vodka. Aftertaste of rainbow.
There we go. Yes. Him. That's who I'm looking for. One of my favorite companions.
Hey, you got a second? Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little discussion with the local authorities when you passed me by. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by. Just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, you're pretty eager to throw in with somebody you barely know.
I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
Temperament. If you're trying to convince me to hire you, you're going about it all wrong, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, can you give me a couple of pointers?
Yeah, you're all over the place. No, don't beg. Tell me why I need you on my
that's
crew.
good advice. I like the way you think, boss. Besides, not like there's a line of folks standing around hoping to get on your ship. I'm persistent, I'm eager, and I'm showing initiative. What else do you want on your crew?
Couldn't agree more. You're perfect. You're hired. I haven't made up my mind about you. How about an interview?
Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like.
What's the value of pie?
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust. Maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
Are you any good in the fight?
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
What's your biggest
Foreman
flaw?
told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker.
You want to tell me why you're out of work?
Foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
So you defended the honor of the team.
I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have done. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Well, perfect, you're hired.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
I'll see you back on the ship, Vadi.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. Alright.